Hi, this is Pharaoh's Visor from DS Database, and I thought I'd show off a new cube that I bought off DealPerfect.com. The real one is known with many names. It's called the mirror block, the bump cube, the mirror cube, things like that. And if you guys look at it, all the sides, it is all one color, silver. The DealPerfect cube comes with a little manual trying to explain how you solve it, and like all Rubik's Cube manuals, it's not really helpful, but I guess it doesn't really matter. What's cool about this cube is that the blocks are all different sizes, so you have like the big, the medium, and the small, big, medium, small. And since they're all on different axes, smallest cube would be here, the biggest would be here. I would assume it seems that way. Or the biggest would be here and the smallest over here. Because of that, the cube actually changes shapes. If it's mixed up, the cube doesn't actually look like a cube. Instead, it sort of morphs and looks like a mess. So how you solve this cube? You have to actually look at the size of the blocks and try and fix it from there. How you solve it is exactly the same as a 3x3, the original Rubik's Cube. However, it's a lot tougher, or at least it's a lot tougher for me, because it's a lot harder to recognize patterns. It takes a lot longer to recognize the shapes, and you know, all those speed cubing tricks where yeah, the finger tricks where you can turn it left and right, I guess they would still apply here, but I found it a little hard to port over, actually quite impossible, because the cubes change shapes. So I have to go back to the simple way of solving the cube layer by layer. You can't tell where the pieces are. Overall, it's a nice challenge. DealPerfect is selling these for $5 or so, and I think it's quite a good deal because this cube is actually better than the official one. It's a DIY cube, so if you guys know what that means, it means that it's not an official one, it's a Chinese replica, and it's made for speed cubing. Let's see if I could solve this here. I haven't been doing this very well. The shapes are still really weird. There's this medium-sized one and a tall one that I get mixed up all the time. And anyways, you guys can see how smooth this cube is compared to, if you guys tried the real one, it's pretty stiff when you buy it, and it's still stiff even after a little while of use. So I'm quite happy with this cube. I know that Deal Extreme also sells a DIY version, and apparently it's pretty good, but I think I'm pretty happy with this one. One of the things that I was shocked about, however, is that the stickers on this one are sort of, I don't know if you could see it, they're not shiny like the real ones. Instead, there's a sort of texture on it. I guess you can't call it a mirror cube anymore because it hardly reflects anything, but it's a good grip. Yeah, it's good to grip. Another problem with the mirror cube that annoys me is that, you know, because it changes shapes, it's a bit harder to align all the pieces. I don't know, I think you've seen me click in a few times because like so, it's not a solid cube, so you don't know for 100% sure if all the lines, all the turning places are aligned. Anyways, I think I'm just about done. See what I mean? It's a bit annoying when that happens. My time's pretty horrible, but this thing, I can't speed cube this. And that's the mirror cube. You can change shapes. I've seen people interlock them together with different shapes, and overall, if you can solve the 3x3 and want a bit of challenge, I think this is a pretty cool cube to have on display, you know, just leave it on your desk like this. I'm sure someone will ask you what it is, and you can solve it. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't seem to realize that this is solved the exact same way as a 3x3. Just because all the colors are the same. Anyways, I had fun with this cube. A lot of fun, and for $5, it's really a good deal. It's really smooth. And much better than the original. Much better. That's it, I guess.